We are at the end of Transformers Shattered Glass. The last video we're remastering is Jetfire's Redemption. If you haven't seen any of the Shattered Glass videos, the link to the playlist will be in a pinned comment below. It begins with a flashback of Jetfire being defeated by Starscream at some point during the War on Earth. Jetfire in his inner monologue talks about how he's been haunted by that defeat. In that war, he learned about his weakness and how to be stronger. He chose the side of strength and order because the Decepticons have never been strong enough to hold power. All the warlords have always crushed their rebellions. One thing I want to point out here is we see that Megatron and the Decepticons have launched a full-scale assault on Gold City. Jetfire continues, saying if Megatron and the Decepticons were meant to be in charge, they actually win for once instead of always dying. I lived by these beliefs for megacycles. So why now am I throwing myself between Starscream and Goldbug? This takes us right back to where we left off in that last video. Goldbug plans on killing Starscream. Even though Jetfire reminds him they don't know if the Titan King will work if he's dead. However, Goldbug isn't listening to him anymore, because at this point he views it as Jetfire not wanting to kill a former friend. Jetfire says in his inner monologue, "All I've ever wanted to be was a scientist, but that dream is gone. I've been an informer, a traitor, and now Goldbug demands me to be an executioner." What Starscream says next reveals, at least in my opinion, that he stopped holding anger toward Jetfire a long time ago, and there's going to be even more evidence of that in a bit. He says, "Tell Goldbug the truth. You betrayed my trust because you thought you could protect me from their war." Goldbug begins beating down Starscream and tells him either Jetfire will kill him or he'll kill them both. Suddenly the facility shakes and the ground beneath them rumbles. I like how Starscream, even though he's getting beat up by Goldbug, he doesn't pass up that chance to get under his skin even more. He points out that Megatron's attack on Gold City probably has him scared. Just when Goldbug is about to strike him again, Jetfire reacts. He punches Goldbug straight in the optics, sending him flying back. In his inner monologue, he says, "I react not because Goldbug threatened my life, not because he is going to kill Starscream, or not because of Megatron's attack on the city, but because Starscream's words were enough to shake me. I'd forgotten that his words always had that power over me." Jetfire helps Starscream to his feet, and we see this great heartfelt moment between friends. But unfortunately, it lasts but a nanocycle, because at that moment, Starscream gets blasted from behind by Goldbug, who then walks up behind him, plunging his fist through his chest and gripping his spark. A scream unlike any other is heard all across Gold City. Goldbug has killed Starscream. Jetfire is in such a state of shock that he doesn't know how to react. All he can think about is how he believes he did this to Starscream. He then remembers during the war, time after time, Starscream showed he forgave him and wanted them to be at each other's side, to believe in his dream of Cybertron, but he was always too scared to take his hand. Even in his last moments, he forgave him, but now it's too late. As a squadron of Goldbug's Autobots enters the room, Goldbug reminds Jetfire that he told him Starscream was never walking out of this room, and if he doesn't, that's his own fault. After Goldbug leaves the room, the squad surrounds Jetfire, and he finally snaps out of his state of shock and loses it. He grabs one of these bots and rips his arms off, and then demolishes the rest of the squad. At that moment, Soundwave and a squad of Autobots blow into the facility. What happens next is Jetfire then has this moment where he passes the blame from himself to then the Autobots and Decepticons war, saying to himself their war caused Starscream's death. Whether it's Goldbug, Optimus Prime, or Megatron's cause, they're to blame. He attempts to fly away with Starscream's body, but Megatron sees this and knocks him out of the sky. He tells Jetfire he's hurt him enough. Once they're both on the ground, Jetfire blames Megatron for turning Starscream from the scholar and explorer he was into a soldier, and blames him for his death now. Megatron doesn't attack Jetfire, he just restrains him, telling him to stop, that this isn't what Starscream would have wanted. I know it seems like Jetfire's all over the place blaming everything for Starscream's death, but it's because he's grieving. Eventually though, he calms down and ultimately accepts Starscream's death. Megatron says he's taken the city. After they clean it up, he'll erect a memorial to Starscream and ask Jetfire to join him. Not to fight for the cause, but to help each other get Starscream's spark from Goldbug. Jetfire responds that he'll consider it, and before flying off tells Megatron when they erect that memorial of Starscream to make it something dramatic. Sometime later, we see this hooded figure within Gold City heading into a manhole. This hooded figure is revealed to be Slicer, who's reporting to his real boss, Ultra Magnus. He's been a double agent this entire time. He informs Magnus his cover wasn't blown, but Goldbug City has fallen to Megatron, and that Goldbug now holds the Titan key, Starscream's spark. Ultra Magnus says Goldbug's fall was easily foreseen. Gold City no longer interests the other warlords, and Goldbug will figure out what to do with the spark given enough time. You were not the only spy in his ranks. Word has traveled across Cybertron. If Goldbug doesn't work quickly, Prowl is waiting in the wilds, ready to snatch it from him. And Prime has had plans for that spark for a megacycle. For the Autobot that controls the spark controls the Titans. And the bot that controls the Titans controls Cybertron. At that moment in the static zone, Goldbug seems to have successfully awakened Metroplex. The war for Cybertron and the war for Metroplex has officially begun. That's the end of the video and the end of our journey covering IDW's Transformers Shattered Glass universe. I had a great time remastering my old videos of this first series. For those of you who have seen those videos or saw my full story video of them, I hope you can say you've seen a dramatic change. Now, the next Shattered Glass video I will be uploading will be the full story of the first and second series into one awesome and massive Shattered Glass video. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, have an awesome day. And always remember every day to transform and go beyond. See you later, Beyonders.